while we were off, the Oscars were on. I thought you were hosting again. I was.
I did too. I showed up.
I know, and I saw that they replaced you with a lesbian. Who did great. Listen, the Oscars, the interesting issue, and I want to ask you and the panel this. The day after, Rush Limbaugh said, there's no way that movie, talking about 12 Years a Slave, which won Best Picture, was not going to win. It didn't matter if it was good or bad. It had the magic word in the title, slave. And then I saw everybody on MSNBC went nuts that he said this. But, you know, I was at the Vanity Fair dinner tweeting about it the day before Rush said this, and I was basically saying the same thing. I said, you know, if you don't have slaves or AIDS in the title, you are just not going to win this year. And I think what the liberals didn't understand is that this is not a comment, and I don't like Rush Limbaugh either, not a comment on the validity of the movie, it's a comment on the predictability of Hollywood liberals to conflate a cause with performance.
Yeah, that's not, I mean, you know, we all saw Tropic Thunder. You know, that's not right. Of all of the things that Rush has said that I don't agree with, that's not the most unreasonable. I mean, it's not a. It's a weird sort of, because I actually watched all the screenings. I actually did happen to think that was the best movie of the bunch, which is, and I'm.
It was a great movie.
Which, by the way, Rush Limbaugh didn't see it.
Well, also, here's...
He made his comment without seeing it.
And also, it seemed to me that the Academy can make a political point if it wants to. People can make political points out of artistic things. They won't cop to it, but that's what they were doing.
On March 4th, in the LA Times, listen to this, LA Times, 2 Oscar voters privately admitted that they didn't see 12 Years a Slave, thinking it would be upsetting, but they voted for it anyway because given the film's social relevance, they felt obligated to do so. So you see, it literally didn't
that happens
matter.
all the time. Nobody watches their screeners.
Every year.
I'm just saying, if Daniel Day-Lewis next year lost 175 pounds and played an AIDS baby, he would win the Oscar.
No, look, I agree. There is the kind of cripple Oscar. You know, if you
the cripple Oscar.
If you have to write a novel with your nose, you win the Oscar.
people don't watch. People don't. They check off oftentimes what they've heard.
But this is not fair about this film because this actually is an extraordinary film.
I agree. I'm sure Christian Bale thought that he was going to win the Oscar because he got fat and ugly. And usually when you get ugly for something in Hollywood, you win. Yeah. And then Matthew McConaughey came along and said, no, I lost weight and got AIDS. Trump card, winner, winner, chicken dinner.
But notice McConaughey had to pretend the guy was straight in the movie, so there are some things that Hollywood won't actually say. You have to be a fucking rodeo writer rather than a bisexual guy with AIDS.
But that wasn't true to the story?
No, it's not. They invented the rodeo shit. And they put a lot of the heterosexual stuff in there just to make him feel more comfortable.
I thought that was the best part. No, I'm joking.